My name is Lauren Moore, and I am the CEO of the Children's Hospital Foundation at the Children's Hospital of Richmond at VCU.
My name is John Lewis, and I'm here to give Mike Gracik some credit, who probably wouldn't give it to him himself.
This is my very favorite red scarf. It's been special to me since the day that I interviewed with Mike. Mike has a favorite tradition where he wears a shirt that was his father's. His father's name was Happy, so it's monogrammed with Happy, and he wears it every April 15th. I try to follow Mike's footsteps and wear the special red scarf on April 15th.
Mike is a friend of mine. Mike is there to help me anytime I need him, whether it's over a dinner with he and Susan at Hondo's Steakhouse, our favorite place to sit down and hash out all the things that are on my mind relative to the Children's Hospital.
A lot of people don't know that Mike comes from pretty humble beginnings. He grew up near Fredericksburg in Spotsylvania County. Mike does not come from money at all, but Mike has done it all through really hard work.
Not everyone steps up to the plate in the same way from a philanthropic standpoint that Mike does. I think about when Mike and Susan first got involved with the Children's Hospital, and on the tour, we started talking about the great work with our child protection team. We could tell in that moment that it gripped him and Susan in a really powerful way. They stepped up almost immediately. That's the kind of guy Mike is.
I was in the process of changing jobs, trying to decide what I wanted to do, and then I met Mike, and I saw his passion for what he did for his clients, for the firm, for Keiter, and I thought, wow, that's kind of how I feel, and look at him, he feels that way too. Let me give it a rip. If it doesn't work out, I'll stay for a couple of years, and here I am, 24 years later. It worked out.
When I think of Mike Gracik, I think of tenacity, follow through, excellence, client service, and always the discovery of the right answer for the client. He has made Keiter, his firm, a much better place. He was the managing director, and he still goes there and is the mail guy because he was mandatorily retired at 65, but he does the mail. He's the most overqualified mail guy ever.
If I had to describe Mike in 2 words, I would say deeply invested. He's deeply invested in the people around him. He's deeply invested in the causes that he supports with his time.
Mike Gracik is a man of few words. He walks fast. Nothing is going to sit on his desk. No staff's question is going to go unanswered. He's going to get it done.
I think Mike Gracik is a great role model. First of all, he's unbelievably fit at his age, and I know how old he is, but he looks like a Marine, just the way he carries himself. You won't find a better human being. You won't find a better CPA, and he's got the best Rolodex in Richmond.
I don't know how many times I've asked Mike a question, and I'll get an email and response. And then 30 minutes later, I get a second response. And then an hour later, I get a third response. Throughout the day, he's still thinking about what I asked him and still responding.
I think Mike Gracik has had the biggest effect on the Richmond community through the Massey Cancer Center. He's been on that board for 25 plus years in numerous leadership roles, including board chairman.
And sometimes the next morning, I have yet another answer.
My mom was diagnosed with a form of Alzheimer's. Mike sent me an email outlining all of the ways that widows of active duty veterans could get a benefit from the government. He didn't know Mom's financial status, but he just knew he wanted to help a friend. I have shared that link dozens of times with other clients and prospective clients who are in the same situation, who are widows of active duty veterans from Vietnam, World War II, Afghanistan, etc.
There are so many great people in Richmond. Mike stands at the top. The way that he invests his time, his treasure, his talent to help us work through issues, to think through business challenges, to think through how we connect meaningfully in the community, how we market the causes that we are putting out there.
He has all the training, he has all the accolades, he has all the experience, but the give a damn factor is something that few people really have, particularly after doing it for decades.
Someone says, oh, where do you work? And I say, oh, I work at Keiter. And the first thing people say is, do you know Mike Gracik? Yeah, I know Mike Gracik. He's awesome. I know, he's awesome. I've not met one person who doesn't think Mike Gracik is extraordinary.
Mike cares as much for the most recent client that he's helped as the first client 47 years ago. I'm sure of it. I don't know where that empathy comes from, but it's a beautiful and unusual thing.
What can we learn from a guy like Mike? We are in a day and age where social media is there, having those deep connections with people and caring about people in a really special way, in a really personal way. That's what we should be learning from Mike. I love Mike.